Hey, what's up YouTube world? It is your girl here, the Venusian Bull, and I am back with another video. And in this video, in this series of videos, we are going to be discussing the planets in the seventh house, okay? As you can see, this is the first video in a while in these Planets in the Houses series that I'm showing my face again. So here you go. Maybe it's because it's the seventh house and it's akin to Libra and, beauty and all of that. And then, we need the visual, we need the aesthetics and things. And I'm a seventh houser. I have a seventh house stellium. So, I just figured it was fitting. So I know a lot about this energy in the seventh house. All right, so in this first video, we are going to be discussing the sun in the seventh house and what characteristics you may have if you happen to have this placement. Now, I want to once again state a disclaimer that you may or may not possess these characteristics with the sun being in the seventh house, being that you may have other planets in the seventh house. It also depends on what sign is on your seventh house cusp and what aspects your sun may be making to other planets in your horoscope, okay? So keep in mind that this is a generalization of what it means to have the sun in the seventh house. And if this doesn't exactly apply to you, then definitely look at your chart, see what sign you have on the seventh house cusp, see what aspects are being made to your sun in the seventh house, and that may be modifying this energy. But generally speaking, the sun in the seventh house will be the things that I state in this video. Now, to discuss the seventh house is all about relationships of all kinds, okay? Not just romantic relationships, although of course it does apply to that, marriage and partnerships, but it also applies to close personal relationships, those one-on-one relationships that you have with people like your really, really close friends, your best friends even as well. It also applies to open enemies, so this could also be where your enemies lie. It also has to deal with contracts, business contracts, marriage contracts, and things of that nature, okay? So this house is a contrast to the first house because we're getting to the second half of the natal chart and the houses. So the seventh house is directly opposite the first house. So while the first house had all of the characteristics of how people see you, because it literally has to do with your physical appearance and your demeanor and your representative and things like that, the seventh house has more to do with what you attract, what you bring in. So this is why it's just as important to know the sign on the seventh house cusp as it is to know the planets in the seventh house. Because let's say you don't have any planets in the seventh house. Having the sun in the seventh house, for instance, is going to be similar to having Leo on the seventh house cusp, okay? And also similar to being a having a sun in Libra, okay? So just remember, if you don't have any planets in the seventh house and you're watching this video, but you have Leo on the seventh house cusp, some of this information may apply to you as well, okay? So when we're talking about sun in the seventh house, being that what you attract, typically in a partner or friendships and things like that, you like, and this could be totally opposite of your personality, remember, because it's opposite the first house. You like bold, confident, energetic people. That's the kind of energy that you attract, really kind of effervescent, fun, really that kind of go-getter, those kind of people that really kind of boost your energy up, so to speak. So if you have that sun in the seventh house placement, you are looking for someone who kind of is a boss, who probably may have like their own business, who is very secure and confident in themselves, maybe even like not more of a boss as opposed to authority figure, but this is somebody who, would be about their business and about their career and is pretty happy, pretty jovial and things like that, and you'll attract friends like this as well. You know what I'm saying? These are going to be the bold, confident, like probably get you out of your shell type of friends or partners, especially if you're more of a shy person. You know what I mean? And this kind of goes into the whole like opposites attracting, because the seventh house, which is akin to Libra, does have to deal with opposites. So that's why it's opposite the first house. So a lot of times what you project on the outside, being your rising sign, can be the exact opposite of what you attract. Like you could be this, quiet, chill person, but yet you attract these larger than life, bold, confident, personalities and things like that. And it helps you to, balance yourself out. Another thing, and if we're talking about, like open enemies and things like that, watch out for the really nice people. No, I mean, just sometimes if you have the sun in the seventh house, the people who are your open enemies could be the people who are, trying to be your friends, or the nicest people, or those, really bold, confident, maybe even more arrogant. On the more arrogant side, the more conceited side, you may attract narcissistic people, sun in the seventh house, people who are very into themselves, and things like that. But they're usually going to be very warm. The sun is a very warm planet. It's very warm energy. This is somebody who would be, good with kids and things like that. Obviously, the sun does represent a man, but even if you are a heterosexual man who has the sun in the seventh house, this could be, a bold, female partner as well, and things of that nature. Also, because this also signifies partnerships and things like that, business relationships of all kinds, it could also have to deal with those kind of bold, confident partners that you may encounter, whether that be in business or even just, friendships and things like that. But this is definitely someone who's very sociable, someone who wants to go out all of the time and be a show off, and they want to show off their spouse or their significant other, or even, their friends. They want to show you off. But remember, this is the house of like the one-on-one relationships. This isn't the house with all of the friends. We're going to get to that later. That's the 11th house. So this is the house about those one-on-one close relationships and partnerships and things like that. So in addition, the sun in the seventh house could definitely be the one who kind of takes charge in the marriage, in the partnership, and things like that. They may kind of be a little bit controlling, a little bit authoritarian, that Leo energy, that boss energy kind of comes out and things like that. But this person will be very attractive, not just based off of the way that they look, but just their confidence and their demeanor and them being very sure of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you have sun in the seventh house and you're not attracting this energy, it could be because of other placements, or you're attracting this energy, but it's kind of like a cover up or something like that. So maybe you got like Sun conjunct Neptune in the seventh house or something like that, where it's kind of an illusion of confidence or that. So keep that in mind. I felt the need to say that because in some of my other videos, I'm not as clear about that, but I just want to make that known. So I just want to make sure that that's all I want to say about sun in the seventh house. And I think that pretty much covers the sun in the seventh house. Confidence, boldness, that's what you're attracting. That's what you like in a partner. This is the type of partner that you want to marry. Remember that the seventh house is the marriage house. The fifth house is more of like just dating, casually dating, casual sex, not anything too deep. But the seventh house is like your marriage. This is like your commitment. You know what I'm saying? So this is, if you have sun in the seventh house, this is the type of partner that you ultimately would want to be with. This is kind of like your ideal partner. So that kind of warm, effervescent, sun, confident, bold energy. So that would be what you are looking for. So let me know how you feel about this information, if it resonates with you, if you have anything else to add, if you happen to have this placement of sun in the seventh house. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.